So, Mokratari Sadali of Algeria is our referee. And we are underway. Action from the 60-kilogram lightweight division between boxers from the Russian Boxing Federation and Uzbekistan. The man wearing red, who is on the front foot looking to employ his considerable hand speed, is Vsevolod Shumkov, 20 years of age during the course of Belgrade 2021. Just turned 20 and he's still in contention, one win away from the semi-finals. His opponent is 21 years of age, and that is Abdumalik Halokov of Uzbekistan. Both men have been sensational so far. Fourth bout of the tournament for Shumkov, and he has been in two absolute thrillers in his round of 64 contest against Jonathan Mansour of the United States of America, taking that one on a 4-1 split in a battle between two slick, speedy, skillful boxers. And then to progress through to the quarterfinals, he outpointed Hayato Tsutsumi, the 2016 World Youth Championship gold medalist, in what was a brilliant contest. Again, taking it on a 4-1 split, but make no mistake, it was competitive right up until the final bell. As for Xalakov, he's been a lot more dominant in his two completed contests, having received a bye in the first preliminary round. Used beautiful switch hitting to outpoint the man from Northern Macedonia, Yasin Lama, the 2019 European Games participant, in the round of 32. Then against today, Chanoga, he produced 2 8-counts, which may have, the second of which may have resulted in an ankle injury for today Chanoga in the third and final round. Outstanding boxer, both of these men, with so many terrific battles over the years in the youth classification. They know one another very well indeed, because in the 2018 World Youth Championships, the gold medal bout came down to these two. And it was the man in blue who took it as part of what was an outstanding 2018, because later that year he took Youth Olympic gold as well in Buenos Aires. I was there to commentate on that tournament. That's the first time I saw Xalakov. And as he's exhibiting here, his talent was immediately apparent. So, 3 years on at the Senior World Championships, in their bids to make it through to the gold medal bout, which way is this installment of their rivalry going to go? Oh, hitting on the break from Shumkov. Furious exchange between both, and they exchange a couple of punches after the bell, as well as a glare before making their way back to their respective corners. Very good round of boxing. Contrasting approaches to helping your fighter recover. Exhibited between the Russian Boxing Federation coaches and Uzbekistan coaches. A 4-1 split in favor of Halokov. The judge from Canada preferring the work of Shumkov in that first 3-minute session. Shumkov, right at the opening bell, taking it to Halokov. But able to find some space for his work, find some quality, and pick his man off with shots such as that. So into the second round we go then, as well as their considerable success as southpaw left spear home for Xalakov. Both of these men, national champions in their respective homelands, having picked up the most recent edition of the national championships in 60 kilograms. 5-time national champion is Shumkov, consecutively taking those crowns as well. His most recent coming earlier this year. I was in Roseto to see him earn a bronze medal, as he's picked off by another 2-shot salvo from Xalakov, but Shumkov getting a bronze medal in the European Under-22 Championships in Italy earlier this year. Well, the referee's got to be quicker on his feet than that, Mr. Mokratari. because both of these men can move from one side of the ring to the other in a flash, positively shape-shifting when they put their foot on the gas. So Shumkov continuing to press, but look at how he's touched up in composed fashion by Xalakov. And again, wonderful movement out of the corner, leaving Shumkov swinging and missing, hitting nothing but air. Approaching the midpoint of the second round, Shumkov remaining committed. He knows all about this man. Halokov knows all about him as well. Will he try to target the body? Because you can see what an elusive target the head is to tag cleanly when Halokov is up on his toes, unable to dance and dodge and dart both left and right. So keeping his man at range, tangle of feet results in a trip to the canvas by Xalakov. Gloves wiped clean and we resume. Shumkov not able to unleash his devastating hand speed because invariably he's out of punching range. Xalakov remaining on his toes, out of distance, and when he gets into distance, he scores with a bolo left uppercut like that to the body of the man in red. Shumkov trying to close the distance, did get through with a gap there. Xalakov just intelligently keeping his head out of harm's way. Bolo left hand to the body once again. Landed by the man in blue, who is cutting a really composed figure in there now. Arm bar applied by Shumkov, reciprocated by Xalakov. Was physical on the inside. Terrifically picked right cross, scored by Halokov during that attempted trade-off. Half turning his back, which is against the rules, of course, after putting Shumkov in a headlock. Shumkov continuing to press, but cannot close the gap. 2 rounds completed, and Halokov of Uzbekistan controlling the distance very well indeed during that second round. So 2 rounds completed. I think the second will be scored unanimously for Xalakov, and there's confirmation. So 1 tied card of 19 points apiece after the Canadian judge scored the opening round for Shumkov. But Xalakov with a very good display in the second round to take it unanimously for all 5 scoring judges. Controlling the distance, eye-catching singles, and terrific composure demonstrated under the fire that Shumkov is attempting to bring. So a sporting touch of gloves then, with 3 minutes to go in this 60-kilogram lightweight quarter-final. Vsevolod Shumkov, one of 8 Russian boxers through to the quarter-final stage, the second most successful nation in terms of quarter-finalists behind Kazakhstan, the only nation in double figures, and he's had success with the right hand twice in quick succession, has Shumkov against Uzbekistan's Abdumalik Halakov. He one of 6 boxers from Uzbekistan out of their 13 who started the tournament to make it through to the final 8. So 2 powerhouse nations from Europe and Central Asia squaring off in this particular quarterfinal. And Shumkov remaining in pursuit, but simply cannot close the gap. Digging away with the right uppercut is Shumkov. And then a left jab serves as a stiff deterrent from Xalakov, who's just choosing to engage at this particular portion of the round. Neither man really successful during their attempted trade-off. That's a good left hand to the body, but then it was countered immediately by Shumkov. It was Xalakov who led off, now looking for the left jab inside, and this really is wonderful stuff. Now he gets up on his bike once again, on his toes, gliding around the boxing ring. Shumkov literally running after him as he attempts to close the distance and get within range. He wings away with a big right hand, but cannot really find the target. Xalakov just claiming his man. Both boxers get back to center ring. Well, Shumkov, he has an idea, well, more than anybody, of how difficult a task this is proving to be. There was a brief smile exchange between the two of them, but Shumkov simply cannot close the gap and get this man to engage. His hand speed is one of his best assets, but he's not been able to utilize that because of the movement being employed by Xalakov. Terrific ring craft exhibited by the 21-year-old from Tashkent. And in 2 years' time, remember, the World Championships will be in the Uzbekistan capital. And this man will have two more years experience under his belt and have the privilege of competing at a home World Championships event if he can keep the #1 spot in Uzbekistan, because they go deep. Left jab landed and a right hand by Shumkov. Resulted in an exchange because Halokov came back immediately, and that is wonderful to see that respect between two familiar rivals. Shumkov knows that this hasn't been his day, but he gave it absolutely everything. But Halokov controlled the distance, maintained the gap, and engaged when he wanted to. And again, the corner and the scenes that take place in the corner is so instructive before we receive the official verdict. They know that Xalakov has done enough. Everybody in that picture knows that Xalakov has done enough, and we're just awaiting the formality of the announcement, which will send the man in blue through.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the bout number 411 in the ring A, the winner on points by unanimous decision is the boxer out of the blue corner, representing the Republic of Uzbekistan.
So, Abdulmalik Halakov